Okay, let's talk about the NBA's mid-level exception. If you've been following free agency, you probably heard of the term mid-level exception, or MLE. So what is it and what does it mean and how many different types are there? So a mid-level exception is a way to sign a player without it being used against your cap space. So in other words, this is how most of your good teams are going to get better, because they can sign high-value players without breaking the bank. So there's three different types of mid-level exceptions. First, we have the non-taxpayer mid-level exception. This is for teams that operate above the salary cap but below the first apron of the luxury tax. Now, within this exception, you can sign players at $12.4 million on up to 4-year deals, and you have an annual increase of salary of 5%. It's also notable that within this exception, if you don't use it in free agency, you can use this exception down the road to absorb player salaries in trades. Now, it's also about $2 million increase from last year's mid-level exception, so pretty sweet deal. Now, number two, we have the taxpayer mid-level exception. This is for teams that operate above the first apron of the luxury tax at about $172 million, but below the second apron of the luxury tax, which is about $182.5 million. So if you fall within this range, you can sign players at $5 million, but only 3-year deals with that annual increase of 5%. Now, this is a bit of a change in the new collective bargaining agreement, because now this is the smallest MLE, where before it was the second. Now, the final type of mid-level exception, number 3, we have the cap room mid-level exception. And this is actually for teams that operate below the salary cap. And here you can sign players at $7.7 million, but only up to a 2-year deal. Now, again, this has been bumped up from previous collective bargaining agreements and now becomes the second best mid-level exception in terms of salary. So this is how your NBA teams are going to use the free agency system to sign good players without having to break the bank in terms of their cap space. So look forward to more free agency news regarding mid-level exceptions, and make sure you pay attention to which of the 3 different types of MLE's that contract falls under, so you know exactly the salary that player can receive.